Alright, in the last video we showed you how to create the branded versions of your base ad groups for being able to very quickly and easily scale your accounts in AdWords. Now we're going to actually create the ads because when we first created them, you can see here what we've done so far is we've created ad groups that are branded variations. And we have in here, we have keywords, right? And we have the ad groups themselves. We haven't set our bids yet, but we don't have any ads. So we need a way to quickly make all of the ads because we have 60 ad groups. We've added 1,200 keywords. So the fastest way to do it is very similar to the process before. So we know what the names of the ad groups are, the base ad groups. And we already have ads written for these. So what we're going to do is copy those ads. And then we're going to make a few modifications and tweaks, and I'm going to show you how to get those imported. So first of all, we're going to go ahead and take those, and we're going to apply an advanced search. For ad group, name matches exactly all of these. So we have those. We'll put that in there and click search. And now what you'll see is if I come up here, now these are all the ads. So I'm going to go ahead and copy those out. So first of all, now we're going to create a sheet here and paste those in, and we're going to say make it a little bit bigger so we can see what we're doing. Now I'm going to come over here. I don't need the app ID package name for these types of ads, and I won't also need the campaign status. So I'm going to go and delete those. So what I've got is my campaign name, my ad group name, which is going to have to be changed because I'm making ads for Steelcase, Knoll, and Hayworth ads, not just these. And then I have my headline, my description line 2, I have my display URL, and I have my destination URL. So we'll just go through these one at a time. So the campaign name we don't need to mess with. That's going to be fine. But our ad groups, we definitely need to make new variations. So we actually already have those. If you remember, we can just go, there's two ways to do it. We could go pull them, but the way I prefer to do it is just, let's do a concatenation. So you could just say insert here, another column. And again, we're going to do the exact same thing we did last time. So we're going to use the concatenate function. And we're going to tell it to insert the word Steelcase, space, pipe, space, comma, cubicles. And now you can see there we have Steelcase cubicles as an ad group. And we're going to just copy those and paste special values. OK. Delete column C. And boom. OK. Now we have our ad group names. And we have headlines and description lines already done. So the question is, first of all, do we want to try and create versions of these ads that contain the word Steelcase? In this case, it's probably going to be a little bit tricky because you can see here we have, for this one ad group, we have 3 versions of the ad, right? 3 different headlines. One says most cubicles in Houston. We know cubicles the best. This says huge cubicle warehouse. So in this instance, I'm actually going to leave these the way they are because branded terms, sometimes you can't advertise for them on Google. Sometimes you can, as long as you don't use the term in the headline. So for branded versions, we're going to actually leave the brand name out of the headline. I am going to try to incorporate it into the display URL though. So you can see here my display URLs, I like to just apply a filter here. So that way what I can do is come over to my display URL column and just use a checkbox. So now I can see right here, they're all the same, right? They're all cubicle-experts. So I mean, we can just quickly do Control F, and I'm going to replace cubicle-experts with the word Steelcase. And replace all, OK. close. Great. In this instance, I'm still sending them to the exact same landing pages. So we can just leave all of this alone. So now let's see what that does. If I copy that out. Copy. Let's come over here. I'm in my ads tab again. I'll make multiple changes, add update multiples. Always make sure that your checkbox is checked up here since you do have the campaign column headers. Going to paste that in and let's process that. Perfect. It didn't make any new campaigns. It didn't make any new ad groups, but it made 40 new ads. That's great. So let's have a look at those. Now we can see here. We made new ads here. We made new ads here. And we made new ads here. So Steelcase actually is the only ones that we made because those are in green. And you can see that we also made them here in the broad match modified version. So let's keep proposed changes. And now if we come up here, we know we still need to do null. And we still need to do Hayworth. So quickly, the way I'm going to do that is I'm just going to go ahead and copy the ads I have here, and I'm going to call this null ads. I should label this one Steelcase ads. Always make a new tab when you're working on a new set of ads so that if you have a mistake and you need to go back and change Steelcase ads, like you have them here. You're not overwriting them and doing find and replace on the exact same tab. That's you'll waste a lot of time making mistakes and having to go back and redo your work if you don't save these in different tabs. Trust me, I know. I've done plenty of mistakes. Okay, so now, I mean, this is pretty straightforward, right? We're just going to go ahead and replace, we're going to replace Steelcase here with null. Replace all, okay, close. And we got to do it again, obviously, for the display URL. So we'll replace that with null. And click OK, close. Let's copy those up, and we will now make some more ads. Let's paste those in there, process them. 40 new ads created, perfect. We'll keep the proposed changes. And lastly, we're doing it for the Hayworth brand. So let's paste that in there again. Hayworth ads. So you can see it's pretty simple. I've created Steelcase keywords, I've created null keywords, I've created Hayworth keywords. Then I created the BMM version of those keywords, the broad match modified version, and then went to my ads. Now this was my base ads again. Then I created the Steelcase ads, the null ads, and now I'm making the Hayworth ads right now. So one more time just to walk through that process. Two-step process here. First change your ad group name. So find what, null, replace with Hayworth. Okay, close. And we know that we decided to change the display URL. Replace all, close. Now let's copy all of that out and let's go ahead and get those ads in there as well. Again, make multiple changes, add, update multiple ad texts. My text ad below includes columns, and we'll say paste, process, perfect. 40 text ads processed. Finish and review. Let's keep those changes. Okay, so now we've created the ads, right? And if we come in here and we look at all unposted local changes, we can see here. So right now, let's look at this. Ad groups. We have 60 ad groups that we've created. Keywords. We have 1,308 keywords that we've created in total. Ads. We've created 120 ads. And now, basically, what you can see here are the ad groups. They all have an error, right? Right here in yellow. And if I select them all, it'll tell you, basically, all 60 have the same error. Your ad group doesn't have any bids. Well, okay, that's normal. We haven't created bids for these yet. So typically, I manage the bids myself. In this instance, for this example, you can basically upload your changes in paused mode if you have somebody else working on them, and you can do so by just saying default max is going to be 1 cent, and then The last thing you want to do is say paused. So make sure that they're all paused and they're all uploaded at a penny. And do that at the ad group level. No need to pause every keyword, because if you pause the ad group, it'll never show up, right? So we just always pause at the highest level. So there you have it. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and post those changes. Post the changes. While that's working, I'll just go ahead and wrap this video up. As you can see, in less than 20 minutes we've created 1,500 keywords, 120 ads, and 60 new ad groups. Any questions, just feel free to let me know or leave a comment.